Assist Africans supporting strength, inspiration, and success together. Shout out to Nick, my co-host, my sis. Shout out to Mile. You know what I'm saying? The executive. I be saying the executive director. He basically is that too, the executive producer. And my man, my brother Mark, always come in, fill in for folks. You know what I'm saying? Give me good, really good conversation. You know. So shout out to all the cannons. Shout out to my brother Mile and the whole family, all the youngins, you know what I'm saying? Happy New Year's to everybody. I know some people is like, we don't know what year it is. So we don't go by that New Year's stuff. And I understand that. So it's like certain people I've said Happy New Year's to. And I'll say this too. It's a lot of people that I didn't call directly. I didn't text. I didn't email. I put a little something on Instagram. Happy New Year's to all of y'all. I love all y'all. It's a new year, new things going on. It's about peace. That's my whole thing. If anybody that was looking at the story and they was wondering what the praying hands was for and all that, it really just was peace. And I'm talking about peace overall, like really like peace within yourself. Like us being able to find a space to settle our minds, to be able to be a little relaxed. To really do like some real self-accountability. Like really look at yourself and say, okay, what can I do to be healthy spiritually, mentally, physically? What can I do to find my peace? So I read a few books by John Henry Clark, and he would say something about in order to get peace, you got to have power. So from a group standpoint, it'd be love. And then we can have a whole conversation on what exactly is that. There's a lot of things that's going on in our world right now that need to be redefined. It's a lot of traditional things that we've been doing and we've been following, especially as black folk descendants of the slave South. We are in a stage of redefining. We have to be. I like to make a joke, and it's not really a joke. It's really something that I really look like. Is no other black people, no other African people on this planet like Philadelphians, good or bad. It's no other people. So my thing is like, all right, we and then when you talk about Africans in America, folks, if you want to call them Africans, there's a lot of names we can come up with. There's a lot of folks who say that the slave trade didn't happen. But it's just like, all right, if the slave trade didn't happen, which I'm not going to go too far into that because that's fallacy. I'm not even going to debate nobody about that. Were we here before slavery? Of course, we were everywhere first. In multiple iterations. I'm talking about from the planet separating, the land mass, and having people in different places, and then now in different climates. From when people started walking, hunter-gatherers started walking from place to place, other ends of the earth. We start commanding the seas, so forth and so on. We've been, if you read Ivan Van Sertima, he has all of the early presence books. Early presence in early Africans in early Asia, Africans in early Europe. They came before Columbus. Like, it's books. So I know we were here. You know what I'm saying? I know we were here. But it's just a lot of things. If it didn't happen, which is wild to me, if it didn't happen, the way that this system came into play is kind of, it throws me off a little bit. Because it's definitely documented that we were in bondage, subjugated, oppressed, tyranny, terrorized. That's proven. That's documented. So however it went down, it happened. And it created these people, because I even heard people saying like, we're gods. We're different than all the other Africans. I can debate that, because it trips me out when I hear black men saying they God. And at one time I was like, that's a good thing for us to, have pride, symbolism of a thing. To make you be more of yourself, to understand your greatness, because you are God. And you do need those things to remind you of your greatness. But like I said on the show a while back, like not even a while back, for me as a black man, and really being a black man, when we first start out, we start out as women. If y'all didn't know that. Look it up. Biology. Look it up. and then your testosterone builds, or however it goes, then you go the direction of being but we all start off as women. The oldest known bones is of a woman. And then I had seen something where it say women are actually smarter because they have more gray matter. They have more capacity. Women can actually multitask. You feel what I'm saying? And I mean, all of our gods were women first, before Europeans and Arabs, changed that model. Allah was Allah at one time. There used to be Isis worship going on. It wasn't Madonna, it wasn't Mary. It was Isis first, a black woman. Still in a lot of these churches and cathedrals in Europe, like Poland. Look it up. So I'm saying if the oldest known bones, right? You start off as a woman, right? The most powerful thing in existence for a human being is the brain. The brain is the one. Everything is a thought. It vibrates. She has more gray matter. To me, it just is simple. Like, she the God, because everybody came from her. And it's so deep, they start off as her. And at one time, we really understood that, the women were the gods, because the representation of procreating, creation in real form, we seen women doing it. That's the reason why our gods were women. Now, what I need my sisters to do, my queens to do, is y'all got to learn how to harness this power. Because y'all unleashing some shit right now that is very, very extreme. It's like the final play is trying to be made at a time when we kind of recognize what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Because the attack has always truly is, listen, black men, because we're in the front. So of course you're going to get brutalized. Of course you're going to be the one. It's a very distinct attack on you because you're the one that protects the power. So that's why black men, when we like, yo, nobody been tore down. Like, you're right, bro. You right. Because they had to do a special type of thing to you because your job is to maintenance and protect the power. Once we could destroy the protection, now it's just unleashed. It's just out here to be dictated any kind of way that it's going to be dictated. Because my job, which made me think that I'm God, but it's only because I protect the power. And I'm the one that's out front. So you might, because that power is making me strong. So you might even believe I'm the one, and I'm really not. It really been about her the whole time. The whole time. So now I go back to the beginning of the conversation. What is love? Because we're going to have to figure this out. Because then that's the way that we get to the unity part. And then that's how we get to the power. And then we can actually have peace if we got power. So I want everybody to have like that. Can you be self-accountable to yourself to find peace? Where's the love, the self-love? And what would unity of self be? You know what I'm saying? Like, what would that be? I'm asking a question. I know what self-love has to be, how you have to view yourself and treat yourself. And in turn, you can treat other people with love and you can receive it. That's another thing about not loving yourself. Love gonna seem like something bad to you. Motherfucker try to love on you, you gonna want to fight. You got the wrong response. Because you don't love yourself. You can't. A person that love themselves know how to receive love. Like truly. And they know how to give it. And it don't even feel like it. Whatever love is. Because I really do think that it's different for different people. I think in a lot of ways, not in a lot of ways. What has happened is we've been told what love's supposed to look like by our oppressors and all the good goofy ass movies. And a lot of them good goofy ass movies got people that look like you playing it out. You know, the whole thing of romance coming from Romans. Does that make sense? Have y'all read about Roman culture? There's no love there. So how the fuck they gonna tell us about romance and love? How? Why would your oppressor tell you truthfully and honestly how to love on yourself? Why would he do that? So all these movies we be watching that be telling us what love is, the flowers and the roses, the trip, what is a bunch of other good shit. The Ring. Y'all should watch this joint called what's his name? Like Aaron Ruins Everything. I think it come on TLC. It's some goofy looking white boy, but he just go through all of these things in America that's like myths that we really believe, and he telling you this ain't what it is. And he explains how the ring was something that was promoted to us as a symbol of love. And we believed it. We believed it. We believed that this ring meant something. The whole time it only means something if you mean something. Think about that. You think the ring means something, whether it's 15,000, 10,000, 5,000, whatever. The ring only means something if you mean something. Just keep that in mind. The ring doesn't mean anything. It's a symbol. The ring only means something if you mean something. So the other part of that is you don't necessarily need a ring to mean something to somebody. For somebody to really show you all the love that they lied to you and told you, the only way he gonna do all of this for you is he got to give you this ring. That's a lie. And I ain't just talking about marriage. I'm just talking about the symbolism of that ring and how you were told that it meant somebody. I know a lot of women with rings on their finger the size of their fucking head. And they don't mean shit to the nigga that gave it to them. And that's real rat. But you can run around and tell a girl, look at this ring. Look at this car. Look at this house. Because you was told that's what love is. By the Romans. You was told what love was by the Romans. That's like sending your kids to be taught by your oppressor and think they're going to get real information and wonder why the school district is what it is. Because you sent your fucking kids to be educated by your fucking slave master, by your oppressor. So the thing about what love is, like, we really need to have a conversation so you can love yourself first. You know, and then I guess it would be unity of self. I guess would be like, you know, pulling yourself together, all the different places. Is like making sure that spiritually I'm good, making sure physically I'm good. Again, going through the same thing, making sure emotionally I'm good, making sure intellectually I'm good, making sure I could think. If you love yourself, why wouldn't you want to think? Why wouldn't you want more information to make it better for yourself? Why do we look at additional information as stress? You know why? Because you don't really love yourself. I'll tell you, the fact that you don't want to learn nothing new, knowing that it can benefit you because you don't want to read, you don't want to be in these conversations, you want to be on your lower self. You just want it to feel good. You just want the pleasure. You just want to feed your desires. You want your lower self to be going on. I tell you all the time, we super freaked out. The Romans. The Romans told you that was love. That's porn. And it's bestiality. You ain't making love for real. You think you is. You doing porno shit. But, you know, man. So, you got love. You got unity. And with those two things, now you become a powerful person. You got unity yourself and you got love. Now you can be powerful. And with that power, you can find peace. Because you're able to navigate the world in a different way. Emotionally, you intact. So you understand how to deal with your emotions, other people's emotions. You know when to get in, when to get out. Intellectually, you can see and critically think and understand certain situations. You can see outcomes. So it's like, probably shouldn't do that because that's, you know what I'm saying? Spiritually, you in a place where you have your connection with the oneness, the universal source of power. Health-wise, do you really love yourself if you eating at the Chinese store every day? If you going to the Poppy store, the Dominican store, every day? If you drinking every day, if you smoking every day, you keep rolling them cigarettes up every day. Now we got to start asking some questions. And don't be trying, man, I just do this for this. And I ain't doing, you right, bro. Sis, you right. And then if I tell you don't love yourself enough, I love my damn self. Okay. I'm faced with these challenges as well. I'm not, infallible. I'm just saying I love myself enough that I keep a check on these things. And when people try to say something to me about it, I don't feel no type of way. I say, I got to get to it because I know you're right. And in order for me to be telling all of these people they need to be doing this, that, and the third, then I got to keep up on my shit too. So when you say something to me, I got to acknowledge it. That comes from self-love. I love myself enough to take the information in. Now, if it's some bullshit, and remember, I got unity of self, so I'm intelligent to know this. That's some bullshit. That's the power. I can see you. I can hear you. I can smell you. I know what I'm seeing. I know what I'm hearing. I know what I'm feeling. So we start with self-love. Then we go to unity of self. Again, unity of self is what? Making sure that all of those different parts of you are properly present and cared for in the way that they need to. Your health, spirit, your emotions, your intellect. Making sure those things is together. Your finances. You know, I could keep going down the line of like different things that you want to bring together and have them working in concert with each other. To me, that's the unity of self part. Pulling on all of those things of yourself that are talents that you can find as talents, and then those things that you know you need to be doing to make sure that you can be the best you. You know, be the best you so you can be real in these spaces with other people. Because the other thing about unity of self too is something that I will always say, you know, about my mom. I learned this about my mom, you know, and through negative stuff. You know what I mean? What I learned about my mom is my mom was never just my mom. At no time in her life was she ever just my mom. For a certain amount of time, she wasn't even my mom. And she was still moving around this planet. She was somebody else's mom. She's somebody's girlfriend. She's somebody's daughter. She's somebody's co-worker. She might be somebody's boss. She's somebody's lover. She's somebody's side joint. She's wherever she is. But she ain't just my mom. And as soon as she was able to start getting a handle on that, her life was a lot, but she was more powerful. As soon as the people around her were able to recognize it, because she's allowing you to see, like, I'm not just your mom. And a lot of us don't know how to do this, so it looks crazy. Or we want to pick one over the other. It's like, I'm going to just be mommy. And you try to put so much into that. And that's not true. You're a fully dimensional person. One of the reasons why I have an affinity for my co-host is because she's a woman that I look at like that. She's a mom. She's a master. She got a master's degree. You know what I'm saying? She a wife. She a real friend. She's a real servant. The work she do at the VA. She's a leader. You know what I mean? Like, she is a fully dimensional woman. That should go right there. She not just one type of, you know, she understands this is a lot of layers. And sometimes I will say this. I was over their house the other day. Yo, listen, y'all don't know how much I needed to be at y'all crib. Like, y'all crib is one of the places, man, when I come in there, man, I always feel love, bro. I never feel any apprehension about being in the crib, like, ever. And I hope I make y'all feel like that when y'all come around me. I hope I make y'all feel like that when y'all come in spaces with me. Whether I just left, was there, or I'm coming to the space. I hope that the places I come with y'all, I feel how y'all make me feel. So, again, that's the understanding. That you are a multi-dimensional person. So, again, unity of self. Bringing those things together. So, we got the love. You know, you figuring out what is love of myself. It's making sure I'm the best person that I can be. In whatever space that I'm in. Then the way that love really works is now that you understand that you want to be the best, now you're trying to pull in all of these different parts of yourself, pour into them, get people to pour into them, making sure you on a regiment, you being disciplined, because there's a lot that come with it. You got to have morals, you got to have values, you got to have principles, you got to have integrity, you got to have dignity. That's that unity of self. It's a lot that goes into you, whether you know it or not. And making you a functional person in a real way. And then the crazy thing about it is you need other people. So now you got to love yourself. Because you loved on yourself, you brought your unity yourself together. You got that power. Now you can move into other spaces and you can understand when people are at different levels. and how you need to deal with them. Is it always right? Probably not. People are hard. They hard to deal with, especially when they've been tricked up like we've been tricked up. We fucked up, just like that. But we gonna get it together though. I think this might be the year where I stop saying that. This might be the day. It's gonna be hard, cause we fucked up. It's gonna be hard to stop, bro, cause we banged up. They banged us up. Maybe I need to start making sure I don't put it all on us. Maybe that's what need to be said. Maybe I don't got to say that we not in the throes of some bullshit as people. But maybe I need to, they fucked us up. Y'all need to be clear and present about the danger that's around y'all. They fucked us up. I know people ain't going to like to hear it, but I say it a lot. But my brother be saying it to me in a different way. He be like, bro, I wake up in the morning and recognize that everything in an American culture is built to attack the black man. And then I start looking this shit up and I'm like, well, ain't this a bitch? He is right. The food, they made us alcoholics during the pandemic and made us sick. Why the whole city is alcoholics on the low and don't know? Yo, why did the pandemic do that to us? And I ain't gonna even tell y'all the rest of the story about the pandemic. But if you know, you know me. You know. Huh? No. Ain't my baby. No, I can't tell you. I can't tell you on the air, but anybody that know me. They know. They could probably put it up on a joint. It ain't gonna get me locked up in that. But no, I was I was Henny Punch Boy. During the pandemic, I was Henny Punch Joint. Ciroc Punch, Henny Punch. And they was loving it. That's how I found out. They done made everybody alcoholics. This is some bullshit. I'm selling crack again. What is going on? It's like, no. Yeah, it was a boy walking down the street smoking crack today. I said, listen, bro. Why you got that straight shooter up like it's a Newport? They fucked us up, yo. And then he kind of like tried to dip it away. And then was like, man, fuck this. I'm smoking this. That's what it's for? Fuck you looking at me for? I said, listen, bro, you got it. That wasn't a real conversation. That was all in our heads. But he really was walking down the street with a fucking straight shooter smoking that joint. And he tried to have some decency, but my Timbs might have been too banged up. He's like, man, I ain't gonna act like I ain't smoking. This nigga Timbs look like that. This other boy with him with fatigue and shit on. These niggas out here like me. This shit was just funny though. I just like, damn, they just brazen with it. They like, fuck it. You know what I mean? But listen, man, the love thing is a serious thing. We need to figure out what that is. And like I said, I believe in what John Henry Clark, what he says as a part of finding peace and being peaceful and being able to maintain a level of peace. And it comes unity. It comes love, unity, power, peace. So if you want peace, because it all ties in. I said earlier that black women are God. Other ways it is said, black women are our source of power. Another way that it's said, if you ever want to see a community and see what level the community is on, look at its women. If the women are doing bad, it's almost a guarantee that community is doing bad. It's almost a guarantee. And I can tell y'all how crazy that is. It was a long time where black men were being told to run strategically, right? Because if you had any strength, if you were willing to maintenance the power, which means he can't do whatever he wants to this woman right here. But we was in a position where as soon as you showed that, you exhibited that, they would single you out and do you dirty in front of everybody. So what our women were understanding was like, on one end, I want to have these powerful men because being a man is a meaningful thing in African culture. I'm going to tell you why. Because the strategy to break manhood was buck breaking plantations. So if manhood wasn't important to us, to our women, why would that be a thing that can just hurt us? It could just destroy it. And you can see it now with a lot of my brothers who've been through those things. And what it do to them. Because they manhood in their head is always in the balance. And this be bullshit happened when they was 8, 7, 10, shit, places where you couldn't defend yourself. And you still don't want to talk about it to nobody. Because in your mind and in certain ignorant places, it's gonna put your manhood in the and then the way that shit is now. When I say how my queens, how my sisters are utilizing their power to be destructive, that's something you would play on with a man if you knew it about him and y'all got into an argument. You would go in there. Fuck you talking to me like that. You ain't say that to your uncle when he was doing X, Y. Yeah, that's what y'all get into, and don't act like y'all don't. This what y'all get into, and please don't act like y'all don't. Just have some accountability. We all gotta have it. I live with niggas that's all types of niggers for 20 years, so I know what men do. But we ain't gonna act like it. We just not gonna do that. You'll talk about somebody being crippled. You'll talk about somebody baby. Y'all using this power, and it's something about the way that y'all talk that a black man, it touches my ear in a certain way. I'm telling you, especially you, my mom. Watch what you say to your boys, mom. He ain't gonna never forget it. I'm telling you. And he gonna do a lot of shit behind the shit that he hear ringing in his head because his mom said it to him. So listen, man, y'all got power. Y'all got power to make us do anything. Don't make them make it like it's this transactional shit that we got going on. We'll do anything. That's how we engineered. They just been fucking with us. And now they fucking with y'all in a very serious way. Y'all like 90s niggas out here now. Our women it's like listening to, I don't even want to say the name, but I've been on it. I mean, she ain't the only one. It's like listening to NWA in the 90s when we first got exposed to that type of vulgarity. Because you never seen women talk. You seen Lil' Kim and they talk. But you ain't never seen this many women with a platform talking in that way, talking that street shit, that sexual shit, all that shit. It's like 90s hip hop, bro. Just with the women. And y'all going to jail like niggas. And y'all getting kicked out of school like niggas and expelled like these niggas. I'm just saying. They done figured something out. They got y'all ultra aggressive like y'all men. I don't think y'all peep it. The pull-up culture is vicious. That's a woman thing. That ain't a man thing. I know y'all got niggas out here shooting, but like I said, y'all got niggas out here shooting. And y'all know it. Because y'all so powerful. Y'all so powerful. You powerful. I'm telling you, you powerful. And you using it for destruction. You using it to be nasty. You using it to be sneaky and underhanded. And you so powerful. And you know why you so powerful? Because you God. I say it to make myself stand up with my shoulders up, and I don't need it. I'm just saying men in general. You hear a black man is God. I know why you saying it like that, because he done took so much from you. And he told you wasn't nothing. But really, bro, you just the maintenancer and protector of the actual power. And we done let that shit get away. And the shit going all over the place. And it ain't looking good. Because it's a funny thing is like, when I was watching what was going on with us, you know, and I was watching how black men were starting to be acknowledged for the things that they went through from their women, right? Hey, I got that. He sent the message to me. I've been getting your emails. I promise you I'm going to get with you. Because I haven't been able to like understand how to be in the class. And I've been through a couple phones and I was going through a little something. So I couldn't like get with you. But I've been getting the emails and I just was unsure on how to do it. Because I definitely, if I didn't miss the whole thing, I definitely have some things that I wanted to show them and tell them and put. And I seen what you, the program that you got. I'm just not familiar with it. And I haven't had time to get back with you. So I know this is Jackie. I know that's you. Or somebody around, because I see the house with emoji up there, so I'm thinking it's you. And Took just showed me that you had sent him a email. So I'm going to definitely get with you like after the show. I'm going to get with you. I've been seeing every email. I just didn't know how to really access it. And like I said, I just really didn't have the time to get with you and find out how to do it. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate that too. And he was like, yo, somebody was getting with you and I couldn't get with him. So Yo, shout out to Jackie. Shout out to the House of Emoja. I was just talking about the House of Emoja recently, like explaining dudes like what we do with Credible Messenger and all that, and how that model really comes from the House of Emoja. Like, seriously. And I wish we had the understanding of patenting and all that, because this shit is all over the country. People calling it all types of different things. People getting trained to do this, getting money to train people to do this, getting all types of funding. And that shit started here. Like, I get a sister from Chicago, the Interrupters. I can never remember the Muslim sister's name. I always apologize for her for that. But the House of Emoji started that with gangs in the 70s. This whole credibility of the person from the neighborhood. They speak the language. They know the people. They got power. They know who to holler at. And it really was working. It brought the violence in the city down. Oh, and that's another thing. Violence across the country is down. Like, y'all need to look at these statistics. And in Philadelphia, the shit might be like 21%. So I need y'all to be mindful and understand the last 3 years of what was going on. Get into the statistics. Keep yourself abreast so the news can't give you false realities. Please. Again, that's another one of them love yourself joints. Read some statistics. When they do these things, see, look. Yes, David and Queen Mother went to Chicago years ago to teach them. And the sister from the Interrupters is from Chicago. So I know some of that connection. I know for a fact that connection is there, not some of it. But I just wanted to make sure I gave House of Emoja, because this is a national movement that they created. And Philly creates a lot of stuff that gets, all over the place. And we very rarely get the props that we need. Ain't no doubt about it, but I'm in the mix, so I know when it's I know when it's some BS. It's persuasive talk. It's not real. You know what I'm saying? Propaganda. So, listen, man, again, shout out to House of Emoja. I do want to get to, are you going to come on the show, bro? You good? I'm just asking. It wasn't like he was, this is kind of impromptu, you know what I'm saying? Brother was around. You know what I mean? So I appreciated him being around, But so it was something that I was just about to say before you came on, because I wanted to touch on it, and I think what was something we was talking about earlier, like just a couple. It was damn, man. I hate when I got some, because this was gonna be a bomb. I'm telling y'all.
What was it pertaining to?
I'm trying to pull it out right now without having dead air. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to go about it. Oh, this is what I was about to say. Greg Carr. Dr. Greg Carr, in class with Greg Carr, Queen Karen Hunter. Greg Carr, you gotta come be on my show, man. Please. Listen, yo, I only watch one podcast, and it's yours. And I do watch Karen Hunter's show, but I watch In Class with Greg Carr, and I learned about Greg Carr watching Roland Martin. That's the first time I ever seen Greg Carr. I was still incarcerated. And the brother, I thought he was a historian, but he's actually a law professor. But he learned so much of our history in a very detailed, concise way through the law and policies and legislation and what was, they told real stories about how they was tricking. So the shit that we learn historically about periods of time, he gives you that legal legislation, that government behind it that created the environment. So when we say, damn, crack did this, he can go to the policies, laws, legislation that was passed that brought the crime bill in when it wasn't no crime. The war on drugs, when you was 3-4 years before crack. How you know we needed a war on drugs? How did you know we was going to need a war on drugs? So anyway, Greg Carr, shout out to Greg Carr. I'm going to get this brother on the show somehow. I've been telling people I wasn't going to do it, but I think I'm actually going to do it. He comes. I can't do that. Even though he says it, though. He be like, yo, he walks around Philly on a regular basis. I can't say that part. I can't do it. I can't say it. All right. But Greg Carr, I really respect you, brother. I respect your information. We're going to meet in person. You're going to be on the show. That's how that's going to go. This is what we're going to do. You're going to be on the show. I'm going to keep shouting you out. If I find a way to respond to the podcast in real time, I'm going to tell you. You're going to have to keep walking up Broad Street one of these days when you're walking around Temple King. And you can actually come to my house. You can actually do that. I live right there. So anyway, Shout out to Greg Carr. Shout out to Karen Hunter. Yo, please go listen to these shows. In Class with Greg Carr and then the Karen Hunter show. And then Karen Hunter, sometimes I'm a little like back and forth with Karen Hunter, but I understand what's going on. That's why I don't look at it like, yo, why are you giving these people props or whatever? Because black folk in entertainment is a real part of something we need to understand historically. And she gets into all of the like entertainment, pop culture shit as it pertains to black folk. And sometimes I'll be like, why are we talking about these people when y'all know? But it's a real thing, and it doesn't be from this celebratory place. And she's one of those folks, it's like even when we have people who make it through, right? So to speak, financially, capitalism, whatever, they get rich, Meek, all these type Meek Mills and, you know, the basketball players and football players. And it's like, what was their individual story before you say like, this person is a sellout to black people and this, that, and he probably is, but he probably was a sellout way before he got the money because he wasn't informed about anything. So his whole act, and I'm gonna give you a good example of that. And please chime in on this because this is also a reentry show. You know what I'm saying? It's a reentry show. So when I'm gonna ask you the question, but like let everybody know who you is, what you get into, reentry. You know, they liked it the show when you was on it before. We got some likes. You got people like you, bro. So, the thing was like when I was upstate, it was a running thing about the CEOs being nut ass niggas, the black ones, right? So there's one CEO. Shout out to my man Sprue. I gotta get with Sprue, bro. Damn, I hope you be watching the John. I gotta search you out, bro, for real. But ECO boy, when I was at Graterford, I was working in the commissary. And he was the guard in commissary. So he would let me just be over there all day. I ain't really never had to go back to the block unless I wanted to. Anywhere I wanted to go in the jail, he would like write me a pass, escort me. You know, good dude. You know what I mean? Did some things for me, man. He retired now, so I could kind of put it out there. Like the brother really looked out. One time I had a situation at my crib going on, and I was like, bro, I need to get this money to my folks. That man took the money to my folks, bro. Like no bullshit, didn't talk, you know, wasn't staying around staring, none of that. Passed off, kept it pushing. While he was working there, which could have got him fired. And he only did it out of love because me and him had built a rapport, and he knew like what was going on in my life, and I knew what was going on in his life. Like one of his sons had got life before he retired. And that's something I really went through with that brother. And I remember he wasn't talking to a whole lot of people as far as I knew. And he used to come ask me like real because he was going through something serious because he was a single dad, 4 sons. And it made me think about something one of my other brothers used to always say, like America dictates that everybody can't make it. Somebody got to die early. Somebody got to be sick. Somebody got to want to have identity issues. Everybody can't go in a real way. The system is set up like that. So the conversations me and him used to be real man shit. Me having on Browns, him and having on grass shit. We 2 black men having real conversation, building with each other, trying to understand this shit at a better level. His wisdom, my information, it was a beautiful thing because he used to always say that to me like, bro, I love talking to you because you got so much information. But I would tell him, I love talking to you, bro, because you so wise. You done been in all these spaces and without like reading books, you done sit and paid attention and came up with real shit that matches that information. You know what I mean? So we meet in a good place for each other. And it's Sprue like 12, 13 years older than me. So I understood that part too. I respect that. I respect my elders. We really need to start understanding that respect of elders. And it has levels to it. But we always got to begin with respect. Because that's your elder. So anyway, it was a running commentary. Dudes would come, these nut ass guards, you a nut ass nigga, you corny, this, that, and the third. And he would be busting niggas, busting on him, all right, this, that, and the third. But dudes would be getting serious, like, he's nut ass guard. So he would get serious with them. How the fuck I'm a nut? See, that's what y'all niggas, this is what he told them. That's what y'all niggas got twisted up. I'm a nut because I work here and I go home every day and take care of my black family. So you could call me a sellout for having this sellout job. Okay. I didn't know at first, but I understood after I've been here. But I know I be in the mix for y'all. Me, I know it because I've been around you. And I know other dudes that you've been on that same time with them. Whatever love you can show, you show it. However you could be black in the space, As a CEO, you did it. Now, I don't know what he did when he went in the room with the white folks, but I know what he did with me, and I know what he told me about being in the room with the white folks. Bro, it's us against them. And they let me know it every day. So why would I ever treat y'all crazy? But these niggas who done shot up the neighborhood, done killed people for no reason, done stole, done did all of this shit, how you not a nut-ass nigga as a sellout black man and you was doing some crazy shit on the street, but I'm a sellout for having a job and I'm still actually going home taking care of my family, even though this job is some sellout shit. So either we meeting each other in the same space or we got to go by, we going to weigh it out. How detrimental am I with this job versus what you was doing on the street? And you lost, nigga, because you're in jail. So now you're even more of a detriment because you can't do nothing for your folks. And now you're a liability. But I'm a nut. We need to redefine. And I'm sitting there like, listen, I'm a logical motherfucker. And what he said to me, y'all is the nut. We the nut ass niggas. We the sellouts. And I had to, but I already knew that. It's just the way we try to characterize shit to make it thorough.
Yeah, I mean, we do that. I feel like it's stages to this shit, you know. Black farmer stand. You know. I feel like
Reentry farms.
Reentry farms. You feel me? Yeah, you know. Love for the community. I am I'm an activist. I'm a grower.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I want
a creator, a builder.
A builder. Yes,
mm-hmm.
Yes.
We love that.
Yes, for sure. Appreciate that. I think it's stages to the shit. You know what I mean? Like people be caught up in their bull stuff. You feel me? Like, you know what I mean? And we go with the crowd, especially like us. Like we feed off each other energy. So if a next nigga saying something, like everybody want to be like, yeah. But it takes a few good men, strong men to be like, you know what I mean, to go away from the crowd. You feel me? Like, hold up, what we talking about? Like, you know what I mean? So I think it's important for niggas to be around each other to do that. You know what I mean? It may I mean, sometimes when we speak up, it may cause some tension between the, you know what I mean, between the guys and shit. But I think, you know what I mean, whenever it is tension, it's a opportunity for growth. You feel me? So, you know what I mean, the niggas that is on some nut shit, you know what I mean, they can realize it by this voice and correct that shit, or they can continue to be on some nut shit and you know.
But we got to clarify though, like that was the thing for me. The way that he expressed it, and it was crazy because I was like, all right, I know you done had this conversation before. That's why you was prepared. Right. But the thing is that you thought about it like, I'm here for y'all. Y'all coming at me on some other. Right. We both is doing shit that is not beneficial to black people as a whole in the aggregate.
Right.
But
since the shit fucked up. Like, I mean, we in a simulation. So it's like you picking and choosing. I chose. I mean, the brother chose to take that route. I mean, seeing what it looking like. I don't want to be destructive in this way. I don't want to be destructive this way. I need a job. I want to support a family. Yeah, this some nut ass shit.
Right.
I mean, but I could go in here and support a couple niggas.
Right.
I mean, could do a couple things. You know what I mean? But
the counterintelligence.
Yeah, the counterintelligence.
The counterintelligence. Yeah, that's who he's talking about. The counterintelligence.
Yeah.
But we not understanding that battle, that war is going on, and we thinking this thing is all even, and it's not.
Yeah.
Cause it is like even I went and met my new PO today. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Miss Griffin. How you doing, PO Griffin? Like, nah, you gotta come on the show too. And when I told her about the show, I told you that earlier. And when I told her about the show, she was like, "You got a show?" But it didn't dawn on me at the time. Like, yo, you should come on the show, talk about what this is. Because the conversation that I really want to have with her is, how does it feel dealing with all of these black men in this way? Because I've asked women who were SEALs. Like, I remember one SEAL, she was like, yo, I used to cry before coming to work, but I just need the job. And it's crazy because her crying is a double entendre. You feel me? I'm crying because I got to go here, right? But I'm also crying because if you were here, I wouldn't have to go there. Like, if you wasn't there, I wouldn't have to go there. So I'm crying because I have to go to work, but I have to go to work because you're not here. And I have to go to this job because you're there. Like, it's like this shit is multi-layered in the morning. And when she was explaining it to me, she was like, this the part that y'all don't know about. When y'all screaming at me, calling me a bitch, and this, that, and the third, you don't know. Bro, this is the only way I can take care of my family.
Because when do you ever have a chance to give that person that? That's why it is important for her to come on the show.
Right.
And to talk, you know what I mean, about those, you know what I mean, those complexities.
Yeah, because
like,
because my PO, she was on the same time. Like, I'm here to assist. I'm here to help.
Yeah.
I'm not here for nothing other than that.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. You know what I mean? I think we put against each other at different
On purpose.
Yeah, on purpose.
Yeah, you know how that go.
I do not believe. I feel like, but you know what I mean. You know, I could be challenged on that, but I feel like most of our folks. I mean, we can say it's on some power shit, but I feel like most of our folks that are in those types of positions are coming from a good place. It's like I would rather somebody that looked like me, you know what I mean?
Right.
Me answering to them than this person that don't give a fuck about my nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I get it, but then it gets tainted as as the relationship.
It could get tricky.
Yeah, it could get tricky.
It get tricky because it be like my cousin tell me one time, she's like, I'm trying to hire all these black women at my job. But she was like, it's like they want both things from you. It's like they want you to acknowledge them as black women in this sisterhood.
Yeah.
But just because we are black women, you will expect me to let you do whatever you want.
Right.
And then when I'm called to task by the white man who put me in this position for it to be conflict between us, and he didn't want to put me in a position, but he's like, all right, you want to hire, we're going to put you in charge of it.
Yep.
And we're going to let y'all beat each other up
until
everybody want to quit. And then the person, and then the person, my cousin, she would be like, now I don't want to hire no black. I'm like, you can't do that, man. And she not, but she just was like, you won't understand you. And I was like, I do.
Yeah.
But it's just something that you're gonna have to go through. I'm never gonna stop being there for black people. I'm never.
Yeah, I feel the same
I'm never
way.
gonna stop creating opportunities. Yeah. I'm never gonna stop trying to empower my people or empowering my people. I'm never gonna stop.
Yeah. I think the best thing we can do for each other is continue to show each other grace.
Yes.
Like grace and figuring out like just being patient. Like and I know patience is like, yeah, what the fuck is that? Like, hey, I'm supposed to like they keep beating me in my head or I'm supposed to keep giving niggas chances. And I would say yeah. I mean, I would say yeah because of the shit that we know.
Yeah, you gotta find ways. Yeah, you gotta find ways. Yeah, you gotta find ways. Yeah. You gotta find ways for that. Cause I know what you're talking about. Like, cause I really do have that.
Yeah.
I really do have it. I have that patience because I know.
Yeah.
I know. But then it comes a time where I can still have the patience, but I have to remove myself.
All right.
Because I like, I say I don't have the tools. It's like, yeah, I got the tools, but I don't have the tools for everybody.
Yeah, yeah.
It's no blanket thing of black people.
Yeah.
I do know that we have a lot of the same issues, and that's a real thing. We need to coalesce around that. But we are from different tribes. We are from different DNA strands. We do come from different cultures and traditions even before we came. And we were picked because of those.
Yeah.
They had all of them characterized. The go along to get along folk, the suicide folk, the folk like, I ain't going, I'm jumping over this boat, and I'm taking my kids with me. So you knew you had, and that's a different mindset, a person that says, I'm not fighting you. I'm not going through none of it. I'm going to just end it. So what was their religious belief that was ingrained in them that made them? Because because this is another thing. When they say a lot of our brothers and sisters were Muslim, and that's true, suicide is against the religion. So you knew those groups weren't from the same place. The people who were committing suicide as an act of defiance, and to them that was fighting back because they was cool with going back to the hereafter. They was good with it.
Yep.
So suicide to them was it wasn't suicide.
Yeah.
It was an act of war. This how we not allowing y'all to use us in this way. And this is the way we plan on defending ourselves.
Right. And I'm choosing.
Right? And then you had groups that fought. Yeah. And they knew. And these motherfuckers you probably get the most money from because they was from Senegal and around Senegal. And then they had the people that would just work. They ain't want no trouble. They just like, fuck it. I'ma just work until we figure this out. And then you had your sabotageurs. People that wouldn't necessarily fight directly. They not gonna kill themselves, but they'll spit in your drink routinely. They'll burn the barn down. They'll break the cotton gin. You know what I'm saying? They always doing little low intensity shit. They ain't trying to run. They ain't trying to fight. They don't really go along to get along, but they work. They not killing themselves, so they like, listen, we just gonna keep sabotaging this thing until we see an opening. And if we don't, we just gonna keep doing our little shit to get our little gratification until we called home. Yeah. But this is a thing. I want y'all to all understand, man. Like, again, it's love. And we could have a show on that. We could have a conversation on that. I would try to have a nice rotation of people on that. Because I really do want to understand. And I don't want you to tell me no European shit. If I hear any TV shit, I need to go into something else. Because that's not real. That romantic pattern of what love is, how you get up to the point where you should be married and having kids, what we've been told is a lie.
Yeah. I think my understanding of what real love is self-love. Like when you know how to take care of yourself and understanding what you need and what you need to continue, and then giving that, the person that's outside of you that same, grace to be able to do the same thing, not taking shit personal, not feeling like everything is an attack on
or a competition
or a competition on me. You just like understanding like, yo, we all been fucked up. It's a bunch of shit going on in here. Let me just, I could feel some type of way in this interaction in the beginning, but let me take some time to think about like what's really going on, and then show some grace and making sure, shit is not continuously in a destructive way. Like, it's like, it's like, no, I already know this shit is fucked up, so let me not take this shit personal and figure out ways where I can like, get along, or get going.
Nah, I agree. Cause my thing, love for me is,
and I don't know nuts shit either.
We benefit each other. Like, yeah. I always want to do something that's benefiting you. And you're always willing to do and want to do things that benefit me. For me, that's love. Because like that's the strengthening of our bond. Like, you got me, I got you. And it's like effortless. It's not something that has to be talked about. Like you innately want to make sure truly that I'm good, selflessly. And I'm on the same type time. And it's like, because we don't really have that understanding, I'm on it, but you thinking me trying to budget our money is not self-love. It's not me loving and building, because you want me to spend the money on you for some particular reason or whatever you think I'm supposed to buy you. Right. I'm doing nuts, because I like to say that I'm a nuts and bolts dude. Like, you know what I mean? I don't really think in terms of like flowers and all of that stuff. And that's not an excuse. Right. But I do the other shit. I pump your gas. I carry shit. I pick shit up. Whatever you want, tell me what it is. I'll figure that part out. You know what I'm saying? I take care of our house. Like I'm on that type time. Like, and the other stuff will come. And I feel like I try to be just more loving all the time. But love for me is that innate not having to say, I'm building for her, she's building for me, and we keep that in our mind and everything that we doing. Like, how is this building us? Before I say that, is this going to build us? Is this going to add to us? That don't mean we don't have disagreements and we don't. But how we're doing this, are we adding to each other by going through this argument? In a loving way, because we both got on our mind, this argument is not to see who wins and who right. This argument is to see how we can build to something better on the other end. Right.
To get to an understanding.
Exactly. To strengthen this union. Yeah. So we gotta slide up out of here. Cause I just looked at the time. It's another show behind me. I can't be running over, running down on it. Like, but please tell them again who you are. Tell them about the farm. Yeah. We working together now. All that good stuff.
For sure. I am Stanley Morgan, black farmer Stan. I'm a farmer. I'm an educator. I am a new community. Give me the
community crisis intervention program advocate. He's a credible messenger
for the Eddie's house. Yeah,
he's a credible messenger.
Yeah, credible messenger. And I'm out here for my people. You feel me? I'm a builder. I'm a carpenter. So if you see me, say what's up. And come to holla at me.
So this is PSA Philly Service Announcement. Takeover Tuesday, takeover love, support, grace, social activism, resources, and art. I am the assist. Shout out to Nick, Raw Cannon. Shout out to all the cannons. Eddie's house, Miss Marion, Niche, my babies, my brothers, everybody. Suhana, baby. Daddy coming. Say, listen, right? That's what we doing.